I dare to be.
This is Valerie, your host and founder of Cannabis Consultants. In today's presentation, we're going to review CBD ingestion methods and dosing guidelines for women's health and wellness. This presentation is broken down into 4 parts. In part 1, we'll quickly go over some things that are important to know. In part 2, we'll start our journey, finding Goldilocks or the sweet spot. Part 3, we'll go over ingestion methods. And in part 4, we'll dive into dosing guidelines and wrap things up. Quick disclaimer, I am not a medical professional. I am, however, a certified cannabis instructor. And if that's something you're interested in, I've included a link in the description below.
Okay, so all information provided by Cannabis Consultants is provided for educational purposes only and should not replace the opinion of a certified medical professional. Products should be used only as directed on the label. Consult with a physician before use if you have a serious medical condition or use prescription medications. A doctor's advice should be sought before using this and any herbal supplement product. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Today I am specifically talking about CBD from USA organically grown hemp. Hemp contains only 0.3% of THC or less. This means you won't get high or stoned or feel intoxicated like you would from cannabis. Although CBD isn't intoxicating, it is psychoactive in that it is capable of affecting mental activity. It's a mood changer for sure. With the passing of the 2018 Farm Bill, hemp was removed from the legal definition of marijuana or cannabis in the Controlled Substances Act. You're probably wondering what's the difference between hemp and cannabis. Well, hemp and cannabis are the same species of plant, Cannabis sativa. However, one big difference is the THC content. THC content is substantially higher in cannabis and is considered a Schedule I drug by the DEA. As of February 2023, 39 states plus the District of Columbia have legalized medical cannabis. In addition, medical cannabis has also been legalized worldwide in 13 countries, including Australia, Poland, Germany, Israel, Italy, and Greece. Moving on to some information about CBD. CBD, or cannabidiol, is a natural compound that comes from the hemp plant. Research shows that CBD can have several benefits for various ailments, such as pain, inflammation, and anxiety. CBD is one of 2 major phytocannabinoids that are found abundantly on hemp plants. THC is the other. Cannabis contains over 450 medical properties, over 120 phytocannabinoids, and over 100 terpenes. CBD can reduce the psychoactivity of THC. So if you're medicating with higher doses of THC than what we'll be discussing here, it's a good thing to have CBD on hand just in case you experience negative side effects such as hallucinations, nausea, vomiting, and panic attacks. THC and CBD work together to enhance their medical benefits. There are 3 types of CBD. Full spectrum includes all the constituents of the plant, the phytocannabinoids, the terpenes, the flavonoids, including 0.3% or less of THC. Broad spectrum includes the whole plant without the THC. The THC has been removed. And isolate is just the CBD only. CBD may interact with certain medications, especially blood thinners, statins, anti-seizure meds, immunotherapies, and any drug metabolized by cytochrome P450, the grapefruit test. Some medications are changed and broken down by the liver. CBD might change how quickly the liver breaks down these medications. This could change the effects and side effects of these medications. Again, a doctor's advice should always be sought before using any herbal supplement product. Epidiolex is the first and only FDA-approved prescription cannabidiol to treat seizures associated with Lennox-Gastaut syndrome, Dravet syndrome, or tuberous sclerosis complex in patients 1 year of age or older. CBD is not regulated by the FDA. That's why it's like the Wild West out there. You see CBD everywhere, in gas stations and grocery stores. This is why it's so important to make sure the product you choose to purchase has third-party testing or a certificate of analysis. We'll get more into that when we talk about choosing a product in part 3. Though it's often well tolerated, CBD can cause side effects such as dry mouth, diarrhea, reduced appetite, drowsiness, and fatigue. According to a report from the World Health Organization, in humans, CBD exhibits no effects indicative of any abuse or dependence potential. To date, there is no evidence of public health-related problems associated with the use of pure CBD. Here are some terms to know. We'll go over each one together. The endocannabinoid system, discovered in the 1990s by Dr. Raphael Mechoulam and his team after a series of other discoveries. The endogenous cannabinoid system, named after the plant that led to its discovery, is perhaps the most important physiological system involved in establishing and maintaining human health. Endocannabinoids and the receptors are found throughout the body, in the brain, organs, connective tissues, glands, and immune cells. In each tissue, the cannabinoid system performs different tasks, but the goal is always the same: homeostasis, the maintenance of a stable internal environment despite fluctuations in the external environment. The entourage effect, the theory that cannabinoids work together to enhance their healing efficacy. The whole plant typically includes CBD, THC, and more than 400 trace compounds. Many of these compounds interact synergistically to create what scientists refer to as an entourage effect that magnifies the therapeutic benefits of the plant's individual components so that the medicinal impact of the whole plant is greater than the sum of its parts. Titration is the process of gradually increasing the dose until the desired results are achieved. This allows you to better gauge your response to cannabis. This process may seem like a journey, but the goal is to optimize your outcomes while limiting negative side effects. Biphasic effect means a drug's low and high doses can cause opposite effects. For instance, when CBD interacts with the endocannabinoid system at a low concentration, it has been shown to increase wakefulness, alertness, and other elevating responses. At higher levels of concentration, however, CBD has a sedating effect. For example, people who consume more substantial amounts of CBD may feel sleepy and calm instead of alert and energetic. Alcohol, for example, may make you feel a pleasant buzz in small amounts, while large amounts could make you sad, as alcohol acts as a depressant. More isn't always better. Bioavailability, the measure of degree to which the CBD is absorbed by your system. The higher the bioavailability, the more CBD your body is able to utilize. Different methods of administration will yield different degrees of bioactivity. In other words, how you consume CBD has a big impact on its degree of efficacy. This is important for consumers to understand when shopping for CBD in order to figure out which products suit them best. There are many factors that affect dosing. Every body is different. And we'll talk about that and more in part 2.